What is up, Mike Gamers? It's Will here, coming at you with this video, something special. This is part 2 to my painting challenge video for Conquest at Gamescom this year. For those who haven't seen it, please watch the first video. I'll have it posted in the corner in the description. But anyways, as you can see here, we have a special project. This is a case, surprisingly enough, a model case that is MDF, that uses trays like cookie sheets and magnets to move things. What we're going to do is I'm going to eat because I just got back from work, and when I'm done eating, clean up, I'll set up a table and we'll actually go into this and kind of look at the parts, and we will build it and come back at the end of the video with it built and kind of talk about it and how you guys can get one and potentially get it for 25% off. So we'll see you guys there. Hey guys, so we're back. We have the stuff opened here, so we're going to kind of quickly go over what's in here, and then we'll look into it more detail when it's actually built. So as you open this thing, it comes wrapped in plastic, as you saw, in a Ziploc bag. You will get this, which is your screws. You will need a Phillips screwdriver to build this, plus white glue preferred. We have two rods. I've seen these built, so these two rods, I think, unless it says otherwise in the instruction manual, which I'll go over again at the end, but I believe these are to lock the trays in place when you put them in. Here we have is the back of the case with their symbol. Then we have the two sides, and then we have the top and bottom. And then along with that, we have is this plastic for the front door. Don't worry if it looks foggy. I'm pretty sure there is protecting coatings on this so it doesn't get scratched and dirty. And once you remove those, it'll be see-through. And then on my version, I bought the one that came with 6 trays, and they look like this. They're just like, you know, steel trays that are painted black that have the edges rolled up. And then it does come with a bag of magnets that will fit, you know, infantry-sized warhammer bases. So I'm going to go and build this thing, and when I come back, we'll show it built. Okay, so next part, we're doing the lid, and what I'm doing is, this might be wrong, but I made it so that the part that the Velcro sticks to is facing up from how I have this lid, and you want to put it so that you slide it in down that way first, tuck under, and then you're going to slide it out this hole and then in, and then, so that's that for the instructions. We're going to continue. Okay, so update part of the video. Some things to look at when you're making this case. Don't over tight or you'll get that. Other one is watch this bottom piece, because I put this on backwards and I have to take apart this whole side here. How you tell if it's the right way up, you want this little square area here. You might have to clean it out with your screwdriver, but the whole side you want facing inside, because that's where the sticks go to lock into place. So now I'm going to go out and take this whole thing all apart. Okay guys, so we're back. Update and a little tip for you. I'm just finishing here, so we're about to show off the case once it's done. But anyways, here we go. So a tip for you, there's 3 different screws. There's a really longer screw with a bunch of them. There's a medium one, which there's only one little pack of. And then there's the smallest out of them. You'll be able to see when you have all your screws out which ones are which. The smallest ones are for the plastic to go onto the hinge. The medium length is for the wood to hold the hinge on the wood. And as a tip for the hinge, you want it so that when you lay the hinges flat out, like unfolded, the hinge, like the part that actually is the hinge, you want it pointing down towards it, and kind of like this. So see how it kind of like lays, if I was to unfold it, it would be flat. So you want the hinge part pointing down, so it's against this part of the wood. But yeah, I'm gonna go finish this, and we will be here for the outro. Hey guys, we're at the end of the video here. Ignore the noise. It's springtime shit on a Sunday. But we finally have the case finished. I don't really have a spot to show it off, so we're just kind of chilling here for the outro. Just edit kidders. So we're just kind of sitting here on the floor chatting with the cat beside us, our outro and our final thoughts on the case. You have anything to say, cat? Nope. Okay. So anyways, the case itself is pretty aight. For what you get for the cost, it's cheaper than most brands I've seen for this sort of, this sort of setup. Now there is definitely ones like Battle Foam or that have actual plastic trays that can slide in and out, like more advanced versions. Though these cookie sheet style ones definitely have a lot more surface and more universality to it. Let's get right into looking at this case and we'll show it off to you guys. And yeah, so we have the case here, as you can see, all built and nice. Got some GamerSup stickers on here, whatever local game store. My emotional support Tantor sticker in the 5 thing. As you can see here, it is fully built. Got the plastic here with the Velcro straps. Turn it around for you guys. The black, and then we have the Two Sisters logo here on the side with the two-tone colors, Stronghold symbols right there, white on the side. Now, depending on the light, you may notice that it looks a little bit grayish here. I did run into an issue when priming this. I didn't stain it or varnish it before I used the primers. So if you guys are looking to color this yourself, you may run into this same issue. But where they put the wood glue to hold these together, when the primer dried on it, it left yellowish stains. So I had to come in with paint on paint, which unfortunately didn't fully match the color to this. So when you put a bright light to it or a camera where you can zoom in, it looks like it's wet permanently or grayish in these areas where that staining yellowing happened. But when the lights are in, natural or kind of just like all the same level and you look from a distance, you don't notice it. Only when you really put a bright light directly on it, you do. Something for you guys to be aware of when you do this yourself. If you buy one of these MDF cases and you want to color it yourself, I probably suggest, unless you varnish it, stain it or something beforehand, do some MDF prepping or sand it down. You're probably want to stick to just dark colors. Maybe do a all black over it if you want to, or an orange, yellow, whatever colors you want to do. But there's that. Then of course, let's get right into looking at how this thing holds the stuff together. So on the top, you have these two sort of Velcro straps. You just kind of pull one off, flip off the other, and that comes down. And as you can see, we are now inside the case. As you can see, we have our tray here, our infantry tray. You can just, normally you would just be able to slide out, but there's these two. Like that can happen. But see, that's, in the end, I talk about this in the closing statement. That's a concern. That is one of the major cons I have to this setup. But anyways, we're just looking into it. So as you can see, it just pulls out and all the stuff is magnetized on there. For this one, I just magnetized under the tray so it holds in, but that just, besides that, it's kind of held in. So yeah, so it just holds in. It comes with magnets on the bottom. Kind of hard to see, but yeah, magnet. And it just glues in or sticks in. Same idea here. I trayed it. I just they already have magnets, so they magnetize to the tray, and then the tray itself magnetizes to here. Now, why are you not closing? There we go. So I was able to fit about 1, 2, 3, 4 trays in here, just because of the Archangel, which is in this bottom tray. You just pull it out and you can see right there. There she is with my knights, which have been bumped around. I got to add some extra magnets to the knights because they keep moving around in the tray. Same with the Archangel. I got to add one in there. And I got this little tray here that just houses all the stands. Then I have this top tray for extra. So if I paint more models, or if I buy something from the convention that's like a model, I can just stick in there. cards, what have you. And then when you want to close it, you just grab the case, boop, boop. You take your wooden whippy stick, and you just slide it on in. Make sure it lines up with the little hole in the bottom. And it is closed. But with that, guys, this has been the outside of the case. We'll see you in the closing section. Okay, so guys, that's the case, the Stronghold Tower, Stronghold. I'll have the word around here somewhere. Stronghold case. I got it on sale. That's why I really like it. If you use Paul25, I believe it was the code, you'll get 25% off. Makes it actually affordable for what you get. It does require some bit of knowledge on assembling MDF and knowing kind of like when too much pressure is too much. There is, as you'll see in the slides before this, there's a couple instances where I tightened in a little too much because I thought the bolts would stop, which has basically caused there to be a weakness in the structure. So you want to keep going until you feel just a little bit of tightness, and then maybe like a half turn after that. And you just got to trust in the box to hold itself together. If it really concerns you, using wood glue or white glue in between the joints here as you put it together will definitely help. Besides that, final thoughts. It's MDF case. You can customize it, though it is wood, so you know, stain it and all that stuff that you normally do. The trays, I like the trays are actually, I'm going to use them outside of the case. So for like bolt action stuff, I'll use the trays. I'll put them into my sliding shelves for storage, so that way I can just flip them in and out and all that stuff. Or if I'm carrying them to a store or something, you know, just a small amount of models, easy tray flip in and out. I can just swap out storage. And if I got a bunch of cookie sheets that were the right size, I can make my own storage shelf in my closet or something where all my models can slide into them, and then I just slide them out and put them in this case. Or I buy the double-sized case for my Nords versus City States demo armies that I have. Yeah, so that's positives. It's good. It's holding. I gotta believe in it. Customizable. As you can see, I've painted it. I like the that when it got shipped to me, I didn't have to pay anything extra. I just got to go pick it up. That was a huge bonus. A lot of things nowadays, especially, you have to pay tariffs and all this extra shit. You've already paid for shipping, and then FedEx basically like won't get it back till you pay us these other hidden dumb fees that we have. Is one of its best positives. Customizable. If you know woodworking, you can easily fix this, make it bigger, use your own cookie trays. It's just a simple design, ease of building. I liked it. It was fun, and yeah, which makes the cost go down a lot compared to others. Its downsides are also like exact opposites. It's a double-edged sword. So unless you're traveling and like you really care about, like, you're not going to like the city next over that's like an hour away or something, this is probably not the case for you. The major flaws is you got to build it yourself. It is made out of MDF, and like I was saying before, screwing those bolts in, you can easily over tighten, just destroy your case. And those little bolts are the only thing without glue holding this together. And yeah, you fuck up those bolts, the case is destroyed. Like, the fact that you have to make the person who bought it build it will either have them have a great case, or will have them destroy about $300 worth of wood that they spent on. I will give it the benefit, it was really easy to put together once I did find their instructions, which again is another pro-con. Pro because, you know, less waste material, you know, eco-friendly on that end. Major con, I had to dig and look for the instructions until I finally found a QR code online that I was able to scan, which there should be a picture in this thing here with that QR code I was able to grab from somebody. Yeah, that's really the only cons to it besides the latch. It's not really a con in my opinion. It's just kind of like it just happens to be there. The front of the case where it has the see-through plastic, when you get it, it's gonna look foggy. It's got protectors on it so it doesn't scratch. You can just remove those unless you don't care and you don't want to really see inside, then you leave it. But the other thing is, it's the case flap in the front is held together or closed by Velcro. Now I've seen a lot of people take those off and screw in buckles, like, you know, like the plastic clip-on things that you'd see in backpacks, or, you know, like actual belt buckles that has the little holes and stuff in it, or bungee cords. I've seen that. And the other part is there's bolts on the bottom that hold the case together. Those don't really let the thing fully close, so it bulges out a bit. And the last one is the trays are held in place by these little MDF like whippy sticks that plug into a like a millimeter deep hole, and they hold. I wish that hole was a little deeper, or the magnets that they give you with the trays in this, it does come with magnets to magnetize your models, and they do work with Conquest, so that's good. But I wish they would give you flat, like 4 flat thin magnets that you would use to glue to in those holes, so that the sticks are held by magnets. Because I can see those sticks if you don't clean out those holes. I had to brush out the holes because there was a bunch of like wood dust in there. If you didn't do that and you just dropped it in and you hit a bump, that stick's coming out and your tray is moving. And because it's just Velcro holding that front plastic sheet, that front's coming down with it, especially if your models are like metal or heavy stuff. And again, this is worst case, like unlikely to happen, but if it could potentially, if it wasn't for, you know, having a little more of a securing latch system on this thing. I think personally the pros outweigh the cons in this. And it was kind of fun and a unique experience to have to build the case. And again, cheaper than most comparatively. Despite where I live versus where this is made, got here in like 2 days. Like, I ordered it on Friday, so, you know, ignore the weekend because nothing ships on the weekend. It got to me within 2 days, and all I had to do was go pick it up. It took me about 2 hours once I figured it out by, like, I got the instructions near the end of me building this. So I built this without the instructions, with a little mess up on near the top where I had to take it apart and flip it around. It took me about 2 hours to build this thing. So with the knowledge I have of how to build this thing now, or with the instruction manuals, I probably would have built this thing in less than an hour. And yeah, it took paint and primer pretty well. I would recommend, if you wanted to color it like I did here, I'd probably recommend a varnish. Varnish it first, then hit it with your rattle cans, or if you have a wood primer, you can do that. Stains. Probably stain it, especially if you're going to do the stain route. Stain it before you build it. It'll look a lot better. What I did was if you skip to this part, you're just reviewing it. How I went about this is I hit it with wood-based primers, using painter's tape in the middle. So we have like Luna's black, because they don't have a purple. I would have used her like midnight blue purple color, but we have the black and the white with strip, and then I just this finally came in a couple of days ago, the red bubble twin sisters banner in the back. And then of course in the front I just had some Gamer Sup stickers and the Tantor bumper sticker and stuff like that I threw in. And yeah, but that, guys, thank you so much for checking this out. We're one step closer to Gamescom. Apex, the first Canadian Kickstarter person, just announced on the Discord that they got their tracking number. So hopefully that means Canadians will start receiving theirs, which includes me, because they're doing the all-in bundles first. So the worldwide stuff is now starting to get shipped out. So hopefully we will have a video, or our week-long video Ganza here shortly. Now we're on to working on Bolt Action, which I'm going to be actually streaming here very shortly today. As of today's recording, I'm going to be streaming building Bolt Action, so that me and Callum can have that Battle of the Bulge game. But yeah, thank you so much for stopping by. This has been a journey. I'm excited to see what you guys think. If you guys have any questions about the Stronghold case, where to buy, how to build, please let me know down below. Thank you so much for stopping by. We will see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Click the video. Click it. Click the video. You know you want to. Click it.